Hey guys, and welcome back to Cram Farms. Today we are working on installing our electrical boxes for outlets. So I'm going to show you, we just put in the first one. And here is the very first outlet box. Now you might be wondering, why in the world did you put that up so high? Well, this is going to be Riley's room, and because he's in his wheelchair, we wanted the outlets to be easily accessible to him from his chair. So what we did was have him reach out from his chair to see what was a comfortable reaching spot, also knowing that he will grow. And we are putting his outlets, the bottom of the box is at 34 inches. And so we're putting it there so that he will be able to drive up and be able to plug things in on his own. So when planning for this, we want it to be as handicap accessible as possible for him. It just gives him a little bit more independence. So here we are with our boxes, and we are gonna start putting the boxes up in this room. So you start off by coming in your door and going to the first, spot. So these studs are 16 inches apart. So we're just, I don't know, say 20-ish inches, okay? So come inside, and then you start measuring from that point all the way around to get, if you do every 6 or every 8, you need to know your code. Sometimes it helps to have a few extra outlets in a room. All right, so this is where our outlet's going, not that high though.
All right, 34, we're doing 34, right?
Here's the box we're using to put the outlets in. So you'll notice it has these little things on the side, and this helps hold it up against the stud so that it sits far enough away from the wall for your drywall. And then there's 2 nails on here, so you nail that to the stud.
I am not a lefty.
There's an outlet box.
Getting a sawdust bath.
Ugh. To Home Depot this morning to get some more things to finish the plumbing. I had to get the water controls for the shower and some other things. And while I was there, look at all the electrical wire he got pulled. Craig, you're doing such a good job.
Ooh.
So he pulled the dryer. He pulled the dryer line. Bailey. He pulled the dryer line and he started wiring the outlets for our bedroom and the living room. So what if we, so we should add another board in there, pre-drill the hole, and then just add another board in there for support, you think? So when he was drilling the hole, it split that little support under the window. Jack, yeah. What if we just add another one, but pre-drill the hole before you put it in there? That way it's already drilled, and just toenail it in.
All right.
What do you think?
Sounds good to me.
I wonder if we'll get some of that rain. You can see it over there. All right, so we're pulling wire through for this is for a 3-way switch for lights. You can see we're just tacking it up along there, and then we're running it through these ceiling joists. We gotta pull this and straighten this out more.
Huh?
We need to pull it so it's not just all, it'll be straighter. We'll be wasting wire. So it has to come, oh, that looks good. And then it'll follow down the ceiling joists and back down to, yes, the switch box.
Yeah, I can't hold the wire and the staple and hammer it. You might have to get on the other side.
I am so excited that we can finally make this video for you all. 18 days is how long it took us from beginning to the end of pulling the very first wire to being able to finally have all the wires in the house pulled to where they need to go. Now we have some switches and outlets already wired, but we have some that we still need to hook up, and we have all the wires just hanging at our breaker box. So we now need to connect the wires to the breakers and then hook everything to the panel box. So that is our next step in this process. We started this past weekend on some of the solar, and so pretty soon we will be able to start generating power for ourselves. So we've got a call for the inspection now, but it took us 18 days to pull wires. We had to figure out where all of the, well, we knew where the outlet boxes were going to go because we had already installed those, but then we had to nail up the wires, and we had to pull the wires and figure out the best route to get them from the panel box to wherever they needed to go. We needed to count how many outlets could go on a circuit and how many lights, and then the best way to run like 3-way switches. It's a lot to think about when you start running the electrical for your own house, because the house that we sold, we didn't build that house, we had someone build it for us, so all the electrical was already thought out and planned out for us, and that's really nice. But now we kind of know where everything in this house, where the wires are run, what's on what circuit. It was a very, very big learning experience, and we had people that we would call and ask questions, and we are so thankful that we had those people, because they made this wiring experience a little bit easier for us. So in the coming weeks, you're going to see us, not the coming weeks, it shouldn't be that long at this point. You will see us probably in the next couple of videos hooking up to the actual, like, installing the breakers in the breaker box, hooking all the wires to that. And then we've got to put our grounding rods in the ground, these 8 to 10 foot long rods. We got to get those in the ground. We have to get the main service panel connected to the house, run outside, and hook everything up in the solar and run the solar to the house. So hopefully before that point, though, we will have the plumbing, electrical, and framing inspection done, and we will put up insulation, and then we are going to sheetrock the house. So sheetrock can start getting underway pretty soon. But I think that's about it. Thank you all so much for joining us. Sorry it's been a minute since we have gotten you a video, but I was trying to get all the electrical pretty much done so we could show it to you in its final stages. And there were a lot of hot nights and weekends where we were just pulling wires and drilling holes. And man, that sawdust is no joke. It goes everywhere. It was in my hair, clothes. There was sawdust everywhere. I have used the shop vac and cleaned up that house a time or two already, and we would just drill more holes. There'd be more sawdust. So that's about it. I'm ready to clean all that up, start putting in the insulation, and start with some sheetrock. It'll start looking a little bit more like a house. So thanks so much for joining us at Cram Farms today. Don't forget to hit subscribe and like our video. We've got lots more coming. We'll see y'all next time right here at Cram Farms.